me. 2 years after me.
So two brothers, and are any of your brothers or your sister engaged in showbiz,
No,
movies?
no, not at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ano ba ang business ng Torres family?
Farming, sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah.
So talagang hashindero, genuine hashindero yung daddy mo?
Yes. For as long as I can remember, Daddy was like that.
Okay, now, the question is, because most of us have this impression na pag anak ng hashindero, katulad mo, mistisa, maganda, pero Bisaya.
Bisaya kaayo.
Okay. And you've never showed any of that Bisaya factor. Lumaki ka ba sa Ormoc talaga?
Yes,
or in Manila?
I grew up in Ormoc.
Okay.
Completely, totally.
Okay, but
and I only went to Cebu when I had to study for college, but every summer we would go to Cebu to spend summer with my lola and come to Manila every so often. But I really grew up there.
What was your childhood like? Ikaw ba little princess na spoiled, binabantayan, or did you run in the sugar fields?
No, because the sugar fields naman were far from our place.
Okay.
It was like a 30-minute ride or 15-minute
So
ride away.
hindi Gone with the Wind yan, you
No,
had the mansion and then the plantation in front?
No.
Okay, so hiwalay
It's not like
talaga.
when I wake up in the morning, I see the plantation. It's not like that.
Okay.
It was a very provincial life, and I had a very normal childhood. Yes, I grew up privileged, so to speak, but we were never made to feel that we were better than the rest. In fact, we grew up playing with the kids of our helpers.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yun ang mga kalaro mo?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was no social disparity at all.
Were you a little girl playing with dolls and
Yes,
makeup?
my sister and I were opposites, because while she would play with the animals, she had chickens and pigs. Me, I was really very feminine. I would play with my dolls, and at the end of the day, she would come home all muddy. Ako, I'm still as mabango as when I started, because I'm just in the house.
Okay. Now, I'm curious. What's the name of your first doll?
Wow. I know it's not Maria Leonora Teresa. I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember giving my dolls names.
But did you spend a lot of time dressing up your dolls, making doll houses?
I remember I loved Sound of Music, and after watching Sound of Music, I would turn over the chairs in our house and pretend they were mountains. And after I watch it, I always tell my mom to bring me to the dressmaker to make me all those big dresses. And she did. She always indulged me.
Now, in my introduction, nahihirapan ako kasi ang dami kong gusto itanong. In my introduction, I said you're maganda, mabait, matalino, mayaman. I mean, you are the epitome of a woman who has it all. Parang you're so lucky, so perfect. Is life really so perfect?
Yes, life has been very good to me. I won't say it's perfect, because I believe nothing is perfect here on earth, but I've been blessed, and I'm really thankful for that.
What's the secret? Are you part of a prayerful family?
Very. I'm part of a very prayerful family, and I grew up, my mom was very religious, my grandmother was very religious too, and I think that influence rubbed off on my dad, and consequently on us also, their children. So we just grew up believing that nothing was impossible, and that whatever we wanted, we could just pray for it.
Not work for it. Meaning, I mean, there are two philosophies ngayon.
Pray for it and work for it.
Pray for it, work for it, and the other is just work for it, forget the prayer.
Yes, no. It's work for it and pray for it. But when you pray, expect an answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as you grew up, you had a liking for arts, crafts, etc.
Yes.
Wasn't it ironic or difficult na nandun ka sa Ormoc, pasensya ka na, magagalit yung mga taga-Ormoc. But to the Manileños, it's in the middle of nowhere.
Yes,
Parang
I
medyo
understand.
deprived kayo of supplies and all this stuff.
Yeah, because we don't really have a complete bookstore there, and I think that's also the reason why I never got to discover my creativity until now, when all these materials are available.
Yeah.
And it's always been in me. I've always been artistically inclined, and I had an aunt, the sister of my dad.
Yeah.
She would go to Ormoc periodically, and every time she would go, she would have all these new art things, and I grew up really enjoying them.
Okay. Lucy, there are two striking things about you. One is your beauty, and second is your gentleness or your simplicity. Now, the beauty is genetic. You know, thank God for that. But, you know, simplicity and kindness, hindi basta-basta nakukuha yan. I mean, it's something that you learn. Who was your teacher? Because, you know, marami namang anak na mayaman, na maganda, na mayabang din.
Yes.
And you've never shown any of that. Who disciplined you?
I always believe, Sito, that children are reflections of their parents. So I credit my parents for bringing us up the way they did.
Okay.
They never...
How did they discipline you?
Well, for one, even if we were privileged, like I said, kanina, they never just handed it out to us. Never. We had to earn what we wanted.
Okay, so let's say Lucy wanted a dress that's like from the...
The dresses were
Bigay yan.
yeah, that was really free. But
okay, but what were things you wanted that you had to work for?
Okay, like, it's not actually that we had to work for them, but we were given rewards for jobs well done. Like, if we got good grades, if we made it to the honor list, we always had a bonus, whatever we wanted.
So, hindi pala yung you want a dress.
It's not like I point, and they give. It's
Buy
not
me?
like that. No, it's not buy me and they give
Hindi
me.
ka pinalaking buy me.
No.
Okay, but
and we were taught how to clean.
Okay, was the pretty girl, the beautiful daughter, ever spanked by Papa?
Spanked, I don't really remember if we were spanked. If ever, siguro ganun lang. But we were really reprimanded when needed. I remember kneeling.
Pinalood sa munggo?
Not naman munggo, just on the floor.
Okay.
On the floor lang.
Okay. Now, reality. You spend all of your life sa Ormoc. Suddenly, you now have to go to UP Cebu. I mean, you know, from a very religious family to send their beautiful daughter to UP Cebu na sinasabi, UP walang Diyos dyan, walang religion.
Yeah, I can understand the general impression, but it's different in Cebu because the campus is not as big as the one you have here.
Ah, okay.
And it's a very small campus, and we don't need what do you call that? That jeep to go around.
Yung ikot. Yeah,
and
in
talking.
Diliman.
Yeah, no, we don't have that there. It was a small campus, and at first I had apprehensions also because I said, Dad, it's a parang, diba? It's known for being rebellious and all, and I don't want to be like that naman. And my dad said, no, I went to UP Los Baños, and I really believe
okay.
you went to UP Los Baños.
Your dad went to UP Los Baños. As what?
To study agriculture.
Agriculture.
Yes.
Okay, kasi meron doon husbandry, animal husbandry, hindi husbandry. Okay. Okay, agriculture.
Yes.
So laking scholar din ng bayan ng daddy mo. So even though may hacienda and all that,
his other brothers went to La Salle or Ateneo, but he knew what he wanted. Yeah.
Okay.
The other, are you from UP also?
UP, of course.
No wonder. You got along with my husband.
No apologies to the Ateneans and the La Sallites. Okay, but
I love that school.
Why? What did you like about it? The freedom?
The freedom. I remember I had classes where we weren't required to attend regularly as long as we passed. We did good grades, and we submitted all the requirements. Yeah.
Okay.
I like the freedom.
I remember in Diliman, when the children of the privilege were enrolled, they were hounded. Okay, like anak ni Marcos was hounded, and anak ng mga ibang congressmen were hounded na may bubuga ba yan? Were you ever subjected to that? Yung naging biktima ka ba nung panlalait na, anak mayaman ng mga milyonaryo ng Ormoc yan eh, ano ginagawa dito?
No naman, because parang I came from nowhere. I came from Ormoc. Nobody really knew who I was, and no, I didn't feel that at all. Okay.
Did you have a purely academic life in UP Cebu?
Yes.
Okay.
I was more studious when I was in grade school and high school, but that was the deal we made with my mom and my dad, me and my sister. Right? We said, when we go to college, can we just forget about making it to the honor roll, and can we just, cruise?
Why? You got burned out or got tired of studying?
I guess. I guess I got tired of, well, you study pa rin naman eh, even if you
Okay.
don't make it to the
I'm just
honor
curious,
roll.
just before we go to the break, you have a daughter right now.
Yes.
Would you pressure, or I don't think it's pressure, but would having high grades be an important thing in your relationship with your daughter?
Yes, if only for the discipline that it will give her. I want her to strive to be the best that she can be, because it's a training ground. I don't want her to be complacent later on in life.
Okay, we'll go for a break, Lucy. When we return, let's find out what happened to Lucy after college and how did she break into national prominence here on Straight Talk. That's the beautiful Lucy Torres. Gomez nga ba? Gomez ba talaga yung family
Yes,
name ni
it's really
Richard? So
Gomez.
that's real name,
Yes,
ah?
that's not a screen name.
Oh, because I have to be careful in this program. I'm discovering that half of the guests don't have the real names.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Anyway, when we went to the break, we said we're going to find out how Lucy broke to national prominence. Lucy, no one knew of this beauty from Ormoc, and then suddenly, ayun na, sa soap commercial. It was Lux, right?
Shampoo.
A shampoo, okay?
Yes.
Shampoo, and we were saying, ano, saan ang galing, sino siya, you know?
Yes.
How did you break into the scene, so to speak?
You know, somebody just approached me because she went to UP Cebu. They were really scouting for a talent to use for that Lux commercial.
You've never done
Never,
commercials?
never.
You were never a fashion model before that?
Never. I was always offered. There were always offers, but the girl who came along, Sko Barpan, was very, very persistent. She just never stopped, even when I said no. I took it upon myself to say no because I knew my parents would never allow.
Okay.
So I said no, but she never stopped. She went through my tita. My tita called my dad. And her mother happened to be a good friend of my dad's sister. So there pa lang medyo the battle was won already because my dad said, yeah, she can be trusted naman pala. She's not a sleazy talent scout.
Yeah.
And she went to Ormoc to talk to my dad. My dad said yes. She went to Ormoc, from Manila, she went to Tacloban. She's never been to Ormoc. She rode a public transportation going to the city. And my dad said, okay, I allow her to do the commercial. And just
Were
like
you
she
thrilled
left.
about it, or
No, because I didn't want.
you didn't want?
I'm a very, very shy person.
Okay.
So I cannot imagine myself acting in front of TV. Commercial requires acting, right?
Yes.
And so anyway, when my dad said yes and she left, thinking that the deal was sealed, my dad told me to call her up that same day to tell her he changed his mind. and he
After
didn't want
traveling
anymore.
several hundred
Yeah, to a
kilometers.
city that she's never been to.
Okay.
My dad just changed his mind, said, you know, come to think of it, I don't want. I'm not comfortable with the thought.
And you never agreed the whole 10 yards, you know? You never said yes.
Except for the contract signing, my dad basically said, yeah, sige, okay, that's a done deal. And then when she left for Manila, yun na nga, I had to call her to say, you know, my dad changed his mind. And my mom was the one who said, honey, let her do it. I'd love to do it if I were young, and I'd gladly do it for free. So yun. And
Okay. I'm curious, who do you get your looks from, your mom or your dad?
I think I'm a mix of both. They're both and also.
But your mom is equally as beautiful as the two
My mom
girls.
is more beautiful than me and my sister, I believe.
So ano kayo, when you walk through downtown Ormoc, the three of you just break hearts all over the place?
I don't know about that. I grew up there, so people are used to seeing me there. But every time I go out with my mom here in Manila, they always mistake us for sisters.
Oh, okay. Hey, your mom must be happy.
Yeah, she's very happy.